Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to this evening's Convocation ceremony. Je veux souhaiter la bienvenue à tout le monde à cette collation des grades de ce soir. I'm going to briefly remind you of a few things that are in your agenda in the program, and we'll then proceed with the starting the ceremony. So the first thing I'd like to do is I'd like to thank our quintet here for their wonderful music. Could I have a round of applause for the quintet, please? Thank you. So shortly, the platform party will be arriving. At that point, you'll be asked to stand. Once they come up on stage and are installed, there'll be the singing of the university hymn, followed by a few short addresses, including an address by the recipient of the honorary doctorate. Then there will be the awarding, the conferring of the degrees, again followed by a few brief addresses. And then finally there will be the singing of the national anthem, and we'll end. And when we end, the platform party will leave. And once the platform party has cleared the aisle there, then the students, the people receiving the diplomas, will leave one by one, starting with the rows in the front and working to the rows in the back. So there is apparently a risk of a hailstorm this evening. So with that in mind, I'm asking Glenn Zabowski to come and apprise you of the unlikely event that there'll be emergency procedures, but he will tell you about the emergency procedures.
Welcome to McGill and to this year's Convocation. We're so pleased to have you join us here today. Congratulations on the success of your graduating family member or friend. You must be very proud. My name is Glenn Zabowski. I'm the Associate Dean of Students here at McGill, and my role is to tell you about our emergency evacuation procedures. The university has an emergency plan in place in the unlikely event that a situation arises. I will share part of that plan with you now. Bienvenue à McGill et à la cérémonie de collation des grades de cette année. Nous sommes ravis de vous accueillir. Nous félicitons chaleureusement votre ami ou le membre de votre famille qui recevra son diplôme d'aujourd'hui. Vous devez en être très fiers. Je m'appelle Glenn Zabowski, vice-doyenne à la vie étudiante, et on m'a demandé de vous informer des procédures d'évacuation d'urgence mises en place. L'université a mis au point un plan pour faire face à une probable situation d'urgence. If an evacuation is required, the registrar will announce this to us. You will then be required to leave the tent immediately in an orderly fashion, perhaps to another building or to the field across the street from this tent. Si une évacuation de lit devenant nécessaire, le registrar en fera l'annonce. Vous devrez alors quitter la tente sans tarder. Selon les circonstances, vous devrez vous rendre dans un bâtiment ou sur le terrain à face de la tente et d'autre côté de la rue. If you're told to evacuate, please do the following. Leave all baby strollers behind, but of course, please take your children with you. Do not go with your graduating student. They will be going elsewhere. Follow the instructions of security officers and ushers. If the evacuation is to another building, follow the colored lines on the roadway outside the tent that correspond to the color of your chair. There is an evacuation map at the back of your program, so you can refer to that if you need to. If you need assistance anytime during any evacuation, please speak with an usher or a security officer. Laissez toutes les poussettes sur place, mais bien sûr, ne laissez pas vos enfants. Ne suivez pas le diplômé que vous accompagnez. Suivez les instructions des agents de sécurité et des placiers. Si l'évacuation est effectuée vers un autre bâtiment, suivez le tracé coloré sur la rue face à la tente correspondait à la couleur de votre siège. Vous trouvez le plan d'évacuation au verso du programme qui vous a été remis. Si vous avez besoin d'assistance pendant une éventuelle évacuation, veuillez vous adresser à un agent de sécurité ou à un placier. Once the emergency is over, announcements will be made at the evacuation sites to inform you of what will happen next. Information will be posted at www.mcgill.ca. If at any time you or a member of your security party requires medical assistance during convocation, please speak to an usher or security officer. Thank you for your attention. Have a wonderful day. Once again, congratulations. Je vous remercie de votre attention. Passez une journée inoubliable et encore une fois, félicitations aux diplômés. We're now going to show you a very short video.
My name is Maria Gracia. I'm originally from Chile, and I did honors in Latin American Studies and International Development.
My name is Akil Varani and I'm a visual artist and graphic designer based in Montreal. I graduated in 2012.
Je m'appelle Guillaume Drouin-Garneau, je suis ancien de McGill. J'ai gradué en 2012.
Once I graduated, I really wanted to find a way to stay connected with the university. I did some research and found the McGill Women's Alumni Association. It really spoke to me because of their mission to promote women's leadership and highlight what female grads have been contributing to the community.
Ma participation au sein du club cycliste de McGill, je pense qu'on est une super belle gang. Puis encore aujourd'hui, on voit des anciens, des jeunes qui sont étudiants, puis on fait des sorties ensemble, on partage une passion.
How I got involved with the mentor-mentee program with the McGill Alumni Association was actually I was trying to find a way to give my time to McGill.
I definitely recommend any mentorship program, whether it's having a connection to other people or advice from someone who's been through it.
To try and figure out what you want to do is not as clear-cut as people think. It's important to be able to tell people that if you have those fears, those concerns, they're normal.
I've spoken at homecoming events, the McGill Young Alumni Association. I recently created a live artwork at the #Law Needs Feminism Because National Forum.
Through McGill Connect, I was introduced to this global network of McGill alumni who I had something in common with. Once I sort of had my industry figured out, my next step was, how am I going to get abroad? Ultimately, through connecting with so many different alumni on the McGill Connect platform, I made the decision that London, England would be best for me to kickstart my career.
I want to wish the graduating class all the best of luck.
This is the beginning of a very exciting new chapter in your life, where hopefully you feel prepared and excited.
Bonne chance à tous, je vous souhaite du succès dans vos projets futurs. Je pense que vous êtes passé à travers une institution qui vous permet d'avoir accès à tout ce que vous voulez. Donc, have fun, enjoy the ride, and be patient.
May I ask you all to rise to receive the platform party? Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Smith-Bissett. Please be seated, everyone. Good evening, graduating students, families, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Our Chancellor, the Honorable Michael Meehan, is unfortunately unable to join us today. Therefore, as Chair of the Board of Governors and on behalf of McGill University, I welcome you to our beautiful downtown campus to join us in celebrating the class of 2017 and students graduating from the School of Continuing Studies. It is wonderful to look out at this audience and see this inspiring group of graduates, supporters, family, and friends. It's an honor to be here and to share this important milestone with you. D'abord, permettez-moi de transmettre à vous tous des félicitations bien senties. You know, I have a keen appreciation of what this day means. Many, many years ago, I too was part of a graduating class at McGill. In fact, 2 graduating classes. And they were proud moments in my life. Some considerable time later, I returned as a parent of McGill graduates, and like all you parents here today, I beamed with pride. And now, as Chair of the Board of Governors, I have the privilege of attending convocation ceremonies each year, so you can say I've really seen graduation from every angle. Mais que j'y assiste à titre de diplômé, de parent ou de président du Conseil, cette cérémonie demeure pour moi une célébration du travail assidu, de la détermination, des sacrifices et d'une réussite grandement méritée. Alors bravo et chapeau à chacun d'entre vous. Now, although I am certainly not psychic, I think I can predict some of the things which will happen to you in the immediate future, like in the next few minutes. There will certainly be much celebration, wining and dining, and lots of photos, which will then inevitably be shared on social media. And then there will be advice, lots and lots and lots of advice from many sources, parents, relatives, friends, professors, you name it. So before you hear from all these people, I'd like to get my own 2 cents in and offer you some advice of my own. Today, for better or worse, we live in a very connected world. Thanks to social media, we can all express our opinion, voice our support, and declare our outrage, and do so all in real time, anytime. In fact, by the time I finish this sentence, I'm told that 60,000 tweets will have been posted on Twitter, presumably not all of them relating to this speech. The fact is, we live in an immediate world. We find out about news immediately. We react to news immediately. We post our opinion immediately. Instant Twitter outrage and public shaming are now just part of our reality. So my modest advice to you is this. I would like you to consider the value of stepping back from that very human urge to rush to judgment, to resist the temptation to jump to conclusions or jump on a bandwagon. I come to this perspective through my own experience. I have been a practicing lawyer for more than 40 years. Et comme avocat, c'est toujours important d'émettre une opinion modérée et réfléchie. Autrement dit, de prendre en considération la loi, le contexte et les conséquences, puis de faire une évaluation éclairée et des recommandations judicieuses. As students at McGill, you have acquired the same skills during your time here. When working on a paper or a project or a problem, you gather information, assess the sources, look at differing points of view, and draw conclusions based on your best judgment. This is a wonderful and elegant tool to take into the world. I urge you not to lose it and to use the principles and methods which you have learned here and apply them to your everyday experiences and to the society around you. Above all, I encourage you to insist on nothing less than empirical facts and data as the basis for your opinions. In some cases, this process will confirm your views. In some cases, it may even cause you to change your opinion or even prompt you to engage in a constructive dialogue. This is, of course, not just a sign of intelligence. In our society today, it is a sign of integrity and courage. The world needs more of that. It needs more, much more, thoughtful discourse, more room for diverse voices, more tolerance and understanding, more kind words, and less rancor. J'aimerais terminer mon discours par une citation qui m'apparaît fort à propos. Son auteur est l'un des nôtres, un McGillois qui a touché bien des cœurs à travers le monde. Je refer à Leonard Cohen. Leonard Cohen left a wonderful legacy of songs and poems and prose. I think this quote is particularly appropriate for today. He said, and I quote, "To keep your hearts open is probably the most urgent responsibility you have as you get older," end quote. So do keep your hearts open. Do be generous of spirit. Be quick to comfort those in need, and be measured and considerate in your words and deeds. And remember to keep your hearts open to your friends and supporters here at McGill as well. Wherever you go in the world, this will always be your home, and we will always cheer your successes and accomplishments. So please stay in touch, not just today, but throughout your journey as a McGill graduate. Good luck to you all, and may this day be both a joyous ending and an auspicious beginning for all of you. Thank you. Merci bien. Je voudrais maintenant inviter la professeure Suzanne Fortier, principale et vice-chancelière de l'Université McGill, à s'adresser à l'auditoire.
Bienvenue aux finissants de 2017. Welcome to the graduating class of 2017. I'm joined here today by your families and friends, by our chair of the board, our governors emeritus, by our distinguished honorary degree recipient, award recipients, by special guests and esteemed colleagues. We're here together to express how proud we are of you and of everything that has brought you here today. C'est pour moi un immense bonheur de vous féliciter pour vos réalisations et votre persévérance. You have worked hard on your journey to being here today. Today marked an important milestone. Savor it, enjoy it, celebrate it, remember it, and remember as well the friends you've made during your time at McGill. Keep them close. Convocation is a celebration, and many are here with you to celebrate. Your family, your friends, professors, librarians, and staff. They all have been cheering for you from your very first day. And I would like to invite all of the graduates to stand up so that you can give a big round of applause to all those people who have been behind you. Merci. Thank you. You know, they will never stop rooting for you, and they will be there for you, whatever you choose to do next. You have a mind that knows how to learn, and you will use it to do great things. Over the years, as I've gotten to see all that you've been doing, I've called you various names. I've called you the startup generation, the walk the talk generation, the broadband generations, because unlike any generations before you, you are ready for action. You're ready to make an impact on the world. Your thoughts and your ideas are spreading at an incredible speed across the planet. You have influence and perhaps more power than you realize. You are part of a new revolution which is transforming the way we live, work, and relate to one another. Some call it the fourth industrial revolution. Take hold of the changes that are happening and make it your goal to see them benefit everyone across the planet. Build the future of our country and our world as inclusive places. Of course, this is not on your shoulders alone. You will turn to others, seeking purpose, sharing and questioning ideas, and discovering new opportunities. But you already know what it means to work as a team. I see inspiring example of great teamwork every day as I watch our students in action. And let me share one in particular. This past February, I attended a women's hockey game between the McGill Martlets and the Carleton Ravens. Our Martlets were leading 6-4 with 35 seconds left in the game. So the Raven pulled their goalie out, and the Martlet's team captain found herself with the puck in front of an empty net. And you know what? She didn't shoot. What she did instead was pass the puck to her teammate who already had 2 goals, thus giving her a hat trick and the first star in the game. All I can say is, wow, what a great example for all of us of true team spirit, putting the team first. And while we're on the topic of great team spirit, I want to recognize the outstanding contributions of Stuart Kip Cobbett, the chair of McGill's Board of Governors, who will be completing his term at the end of June. Kip has been an exceptional member of Team McGill, serving our university in so many ways, from president of the McGill Alumni Association to valued members of numerous governance committees. He truly is what we call an MVP, loyal, present, generous with his time, and good advice, and always ready to do his best. Like you, the class of 2017, as Kip told you, he's a graduate of McGill. And he developed his team player skill early on, generously assisting his friend, Ken Dryden, who was not only earning a McGill law degree at the time, but also moonlighting as goalie for the Montreal Canadiens on his way to 6 Stanley Cups. I missed a lot of lectures, Dryden remembered. We were often on the road, but what was the best thing, the next best thing to actually being in class? Well, being there through Kip's lecture note, which he shared with me. Kip saved me more than Robertson and Savard ever did, said Ken Dryden. Thank you, Kip, for your loyalty and friendship. Thank you also to Kathleen Massey, who will be leaving McGill after nearly 10 years as the university's registrar and executive director in enrollment services. We're grateful, Kathleen, for your unwavering commitment to McGill students and the university community. You are a model for us all as an effective and caring leader, always willing to challenge the status quo for the betterment of McGill. And finally, thank you to all of you, the 2000 graduates. You've made great contribution to our university during your time here. Nous savons que vous allez continuer à faire rayonner notre université à travers le monde. Vous faites partie d'une grande et belle famille. J'espère que vous considérez l'université comme votre maison et revenez le plus souvent possible. Les portes vous seront toujours très grandes ouvertes. And we all look forward to hearing about your lives, your successes, and about all the places that your education will take you. Félicitations, congratulations.
Thank you, Principal Fortier. I now invite Mr. Faraz Al-Hafid, Director of Language and Intercultural Communication, to introduce the first recipient of the School of Continuing Studies Award for Distinguished Teaching. Mr. Al-Hafid.
Madam Principal and Vice Chancellor, it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you Hela Mailing, recipient of the Award for Distinguished Teaching of the School of Continuing Studies. Hela Mai started her teaching career at the School of Continuing Studies in 1983. Aside from her consistent excellence in teaching, she was instrumental in the revision and updating of her intensive English program. With a passion for social projects, Helamai worked for 2 years for Oxfam Quebec, teaching English for nurses in Egypt. In language learning, the initial learning stages are often crucial for the student's progress in reaching fluency. Helamai excels in providing an initial positive learning environment for her elementary level students. Her teaching excellence is also reflected in the comments of her students who, despite their limited command of English, are able to capture the essence of what she brings to the classroom. She's a great teacher because she knows elementary students very well. Her teaching is very suitable for beginners in English to learn. That is why I would like to nominate Helamai. Her method is very good for learning English because she helps us use the brain before to use the paper sheet. C'est un professeur qui vient m'aider ses élèves à tout temps, même après le cours. En outre, elle essaie de trouver les points faibles de chacun de ses élèves afin de l'aider dans son apprentissage. As a colleague, Helamai is exemplary with a positive nature, professionalism, strong work ethics, and commitment to excellence. It is truly an honor to work with you, Helamai. On behalf of the Department of Language and Intercultural Communication, I extend my most heartfelt congratulations to our dear colleague, Helamai.
Dr. Carmen Cecilia, Director of Career and Professional Development, will now introduce the second winner of the School of Continuing Studies Award for Distinguished Teaching. Dr. Cecilia.
Madam Principal, Vice Chancellor, I have the honor and great pleasure to introduce Mr. Joseph Armanios, recipient of the Award for Distinguished Teaching for the School for Continuing Studies. Joseph has dedicated over 10 years of teaching in his lifespan. Students have described and recognized in Joseph a teacher who is characterized by his knowledge, his passion, his sense of humor, his teaching style, but more importantly, his dedication to adult teaching. Here are some additional things students have said about Joseph. He is able to communicate some very complex content clearly, encouraged us when we were frustrated. Regardless of his young age, Joseph has a gift for teaching, keeps himself updated with its subject matter. He explains any sophisticated law in a simple, clear, logical way, and making it easy for students to remember. Let me tell you just a really quick story. When we informed Mr. Armanios that he had received the teaching award, he sent us an email stating, "While I would love and be honored to attend the convocation and receive the award, I am teaching the same night and time, and therefore, regrettably, would not be able to attend the convocation. It would be much appreciated to communicate a thank you to all my students for nominating me, that it was a privilege teaching them at an outstanding institution such as McGill, and I wish them and the graduating class inspiring and fulfilling careers." His email to us demonstrates the kind of person and teacher he is, putting the best interests of his students before his. Well, as you can see, Mr. Armanios is here tonight at Convocation, and we were able to make special arrangements for him to personally accept his award in the presence of his family, past and present students. It is with great pleasure that the School of Continuing Studies, in recognition of his dedication to excellence in teaching and his ability to motivate and challenge his students, presents the 2017 Award for Distinguished Teaching to Mr. Joseph Armanios.
Congratulations to both teaching award winners. I now invite Dr. Judith Potter, Dean of the School of Continuing Studies, to present Ms. Alanis Obamsawin so that she may have conferred upon her the highest recognition that it is within the power of this university to grant. Dean Potter.
Madam Vice Chancellor, although also a singer, artist, and storyteller, Alanis Obamsawin is best known for her lifelong career as a remarkable educator and filmmaker who gives authentic and powerful voice to Indigenous peoples in Canada. She is of Abenaki origin and lived most of her early childhood on the Odanak Reserve near Sorel, Quebec. For an extraordinary 50 years, she has directed documentaries, 50 in total, at the National Film Board, with very strong social content inspired by the desire to let the voices of her people be heard and to spark social and political change. It is through her films that the language and stories and lives of Indigenous peoples are portrayed with the dignity and authenticity that has long been their due. She is also well known for her active commitment to First Nations community service. Her documentary films reflect her dedication to the well-being and preservation of the cultural heritage of Canada's Indigenous peoples. Among many subjects addressed in her films, she has documented the work of Aboriginal organizations to help young people overcome alcohol and drug abuse and provide services to homeless Indigenous peoples in Montreal. Her films on the struggles of the Mi'kmaq over fishing rights and the Mohawk government standoff at Oka in 1990 have been widely acclaimed and have brought Abomasan national and international recognition. Kanesatake, 270 Years of Resistance, won the Best Documentary Film at the 1993 Festival of Festivals and is studied at schools and universities across the country. And on every project, Obamsawin provides training and employment opportunities for Aboriginal writers, performers, musicians, and other film professionals. Alanis Obamsawin is a revered figure among documentary filmmakers and is the recipient of multiple honors, including Officer, Order of Canada, the Governor-General's Performing Arts Award for Lifetime Artistic Achievement, the Outstanding Contributions Award from the Canadian Sociology and Anthropology Association, as well as several honorary degrees. At 84 years young, there is no sign that she'll be putting down her camera anytime soon. When asked what's next for the legendary documentary filmmaker, she says, "Another film and another film." We look forward to many more of her challenging and insightful works. Madam Vice Chancellor, I present to you Alanis Obamsawin that you may confer upon her the degree of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
Mesdames et Messieurs, il me fait grand plaisir d'inviter à Mme Alanis Obomsawin à prononcer l'allocution de circonstance à l'occasion de cette collation de grades.
Good afternoon, everyone. Bonjour. Kwe kwe. Chancellor Megan, Principal and Vice Chancellor Fortier, Mr. Corbett, Chair of the Board of Governors, Dean Potter, proud parents and guests, and most of all, members of the graduating class of 2017. Thank you to McGill University and its jury for choosing me to receive this very prestigious honor of Doctor of Letters honoris causa. Thank you to the National Film Board of Canada and all my colleagues who worked with me all these years. In particular, my good friend and cameraman, late Roger Rocha, and later René Sioui-Labelle and Amiguet, and so many other camera people. Raymond Marcoux and Glenn Hodging with sound, Yuri Lahovy and Alison Burns as editors, and so many other people have helped me at the board. It is also a great honor to have the Commissioner of the National Film Board, Mr. Claude Jolicoeur, with us this evening. And greetings to all my sisters and brothers who are storytellers across our beautiful country. We have come a long way. We must never forget where we came from. We must know our history and our language. That way we will know who we are and where we are going. I hear that there are several sisters and brothers right here today graduating. How wonderful. Congratulations. I am a Wabanaki woman. Wabanaki, people from where the sun rises. I was born in Lebanon, New Hampshire, on Wabanaki territory, August 31st, 1932, during the eclipse of the sun. My mother said it got pitch dark at 5:43. I am 44 years old. At 6 months, I came to Odanak, Quebec, to a small village, a reservation where my parents were born. This is where I spent my early childhood. I had 4 siblings, but sadly they all died as infants. My father was a guide in the forest for hunting and fishing. He and my mother had inherited some knowledge of curing certain illness, using traditional herbal medicine. All this was practiced in secret, or else you could go to jail. I am honored to have been invited to speak to you on one of the most important days of your life. You have attained a high level of education. This will serve not only you, not only yourself, but the country as a whole. You have given your parents a sense of achievement. I am sure that some of you were discouraged at times, especially those who have come here from other countries. Being so far from home, you sometimes may get the sense of loneliness. The seed of discouragement is dangerous without support in your surrounding, but you have made it to the finishing line. I wish to remind you how important you all are. You are the future leaders. As you go through life, try to keep an open circle so that you don't alienate anyone. You see, times were very different for us. In 1876, the Indian Act was created, and the government and the church and the residents on the reserve had full control of every move we made, first through the residential school and then through day school. It was not until 1948, when the United Nations came to being and the human rights movement was created, that Canada was forced to look at the way they treat their Indigenous people. In 1951, there was an amendment to the Act, and for the first time, an Indigenous person could come to a university like this without denying his or her race. When I was in school, one day, in grade 4, Mademoiselle Rowe gave us the homework for the weekend. We were to learn the Bible story. On Monday morning, we were all lined up. I was at the end of the line, and the teacher asked the students to tell the story one by one, and none of them knew the whole story. And then it came to my turn. I was so excited because I knew the story very well. And the teacher was getting very angry, and she was yelling at the children. Finally, it was my turn, and I recited the story as if I was reading it. The teacher's reaction was, "Why, you little sauvages, get out of my class, go back where you came from." I picked up all my books, and I walked home. My parents asked why I was home so early. I said I was kicked out of school. They said, "You must have done something really bad." When they learned what had happened, my father took me to see the inspector. In those days, the inspector was very important, and he was in a different building than the school. Obviously, I had to go back to school. My father told the inspector that I would go back to school, but the teacher would have to apologize in front of the class. I went back to school, and she apologized. In time, my father contracted tuberculosis of the bones. By then, we had moved to a small town, Trois-Rivières. In the fall of the year, my mother would say, "Look out the window at the tree in the backyard. When all the leaves are gone, if your father is still here, it means we'll have him for another year." Every day after school, I would run to the window. By the time the rain, the wind, and the natural falling of the leaves would take place, I was relieved when my father was still here. My father died on Good Friday, 1944. He was 42, and I was 12 years old. My mother was devastated. It would be nice if they were here today. So I kept writing to my father. "Papa, the sun is rising, and I dance. Can you see me? I kept on searching for you. I was 12 years old, and you were 42. Life was very uncertain then. The hate kept on following me, and I kept running. But the love within me was stronger than all the hate. I survived, Papa. I won." Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Obomsawin, for that personal, sensitive, instructive, and moving speech. Nous allons maintenant procéder à l'attribution des grades académiques. I invite Provost and Vice Principal Academic Christopher Manfredi to commence the formal proceedings. Provost Manfredi.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I am pleased to invite students graduating from the School of Continuing Studies for conferral of diplomas and certificates. This is a truly joyous event in the cycle of any university's life, and particularly so at McGill, where we have such talented and accomplished students. Each student crossing the stage this afternoon will be greeted by the principal or the chair of the Board of Governors. Students receiving their first degree shall remove their mortarboard or hat. At center stage, they will be symbolically capped, signaling ceremonially the conferral of the degree. Students who have already earned a university degree keep their mortarboard on and will be congratulated by a tap on the shoulder. The parchment or degree itself is given to students by the dean or delegate after they leave the stage and have a photo taken. You have already seen at least one very important student wearing a red or white scarf this afternoon. All self-identifying Aboriginal students, First Nations, Inuit, and Métis are entitled to wear graduation scarves at Convocation in the community and at any and all future McGill events that they attend. The red scarf is for those receiving a degree, and white for those getting a diploma or certificate. The feather has two meanings: respect for the person and the mark of an amazing or special event. The Confederacy belt signifies attachment to and respect for the land on which we live, and the turtle symbolizes the inclusiveness of all nations and respect for diversity. It is fitting that we recognize our Indigenous graduates in this way, just as we recognize that McGill University is on land which long served as a site of meeting and exchange amongst Indigenous peoples, including the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe nations. We acknowledge and thank the diverse Indigenous people whose presence have enriched the territory on which peoples of the world now gather. En vertu des pouvoirs qui me sont conférés par le Sénat de McGill, je déclare que les candidats dont le nom figure sur la liste officielle des diplômés de l'université, qu'ils soient présents ou absents, ont satisfait aux exigences de leur grade, diplôme ou certificat respectif. By virtue of the powers conferred upon me by McGill's Senate, I declare that the candidates whose names appear on the university's official list of graduates, whether they be present or absent, have satisfied the requirements for the respective degrees, diplomas, or certificates. By tradition at McGill, we begin with students receiving graduate diplomas and certificates, followed by students obtaining undergraduate certificates. I now invite Mr. Kevin Stanley to introduce the graduates, and Dr. Judith Potter, Dean of the School of Continuing Studies, to congratulate all students. Congratulations, class of 2017. Félicitations.
Before we proceed, we would like to take a moment to recognize and honor a deceased McGill student who is a valued member of the McGill community and whose diploma is being awarded today with Agrotat status. An Agrotat diploma is awarded in the rare situation when a student in good standing has completed the majority of their program requirements but was unable to finish their diploma due to extenuating circumstances. McGill awards an Agrotat diploma to Francois Donato, a diploma in Internet Business Technology. Today, accepting the diploma on behalf of Mr. Donato is his daughter, Anne Filion Donato. For the Graduate Diploma in Translation in Spanish to English, Ricardo Alberto Bello. For the Graduate Certificate in Entrepreneurship, Vincenzo Seragnese. For the Graduate Certificate in Human Resources Management, Elena Kolokonnikova. Mata Molatulab, sorry. François Larose. Sayeda Rizvana Hosseini. For the Graduate Certificate in International Business, Rami Zain. For the Graduate Certificate in Internet Business, Perry Giagos. Dmitry Gorbachev. For the Graduate Certificate in Leadership, Chris Sofalis. Cheryl Zachary. For the Graduate Certificate in Marketing, also receiving a diploma in Applied Finance, and the Bernard J. Feinstone Prize in General Insurance, Luis Sabas Castillo Guillen. Brenda Beatriz Hernandez Castrillo. Parminder Singh. For the Diploma in Accounting, Mariam Ajorlo. Vadim Bichkov. Xiaojia Chen. Zhiwen Chen. Mark Howlett. Ender Javier Nava. Andres Fernando Navia. Delphine de Manga Afor. For the Diploma in Applied Finance, Dia Alhaji Khalifa. John Caparici. American Express Prize in Management, Treasury Finance, and Dean's Honor List. Camilo Guzman Rodriguez. Hani Hassan. Luis Carlos Moreno Torres. Also receiving a diploma in management and on the Dean's Honor List, Chao Deng Tu. Iman Dorostian. Manji Fulem Ngum. Berad Ranjbari Bashmishme. For the Diploma in Applied Marketing, Erica Ariaza Fagundo. Chiu Juan Du. Raya Homoyuni. For the Diploma in Entrepreneurship, Hideki Eniya. Nicholas Dibb. Jenny Idziguiere. Beatriz Palacios. For the Diploma in Health and Social Services Management, Chrisanthi Christopoulos. Yetunde Oloremi Dairo. Zareen Tasneem Haq. Nadeja Lefter. Jing Li. Nasreen Imen Mera. Sarah Salam. Afreen Hossein Cynthia. And from the School of Continuing Studies, Felicia Ung, Dean's Honor List. Jennifer Wu. Lena Wu. For the Diploma in Human Resources Management, Karima Amiri. Tarek Aridi. Raul Ramon Ariola Anguiano. Adeline Asfak Dongmo. Geralda Bassage. Margarita Batsis. Monique Betega Michelin. Peter Bowman. Emily Elizabeth Cameron. Dang Dai. Nada Al-Haibi Ganan. Dara Al-Farash. Iman Al-Kafas. Shaniqua Elliott. Sarah Glynn. Trina Michelle Grazier, Dean's Honor List. Nina Natalia Haurluk. Amandeep Kaur. Lila Kedder. Stephanie Kligman, Dean's Honor List. Jennifer Andrea Londono. Ross Ramsey McDonald, Dean's Honor List. Kia Memarzadeh. Maria Monastreva, Dean's Honor List. Deanna Monte. Emily Pietrantonio. Beatriz Eugenia Reyes. Also from the School of Continuing Studies, Mira Rafai. Jessica Lynn Reuter. Seville Salimi. Nirusha Sentilathan. Dean's Honor List. Dean's Honor List, sorry. Anne Severinus. Irina Ten. For the Diploma in Internet Business Technology, Hussam Ahmad. Ayman Dalul. Oscar Renieri Iguaro Salas. Samuel Pierre Hugo Pichot. Leo Wong. For the Diploma in Management in Entrepreneurship, Petko Atanasov. Brian Casey Auerbach. Miao Yun Zhou. For the Diploma in Management in General Management, Mamadou Berry. Nada D'Alessio, Dean's Honor List. Miriam Gould. Luis Miguel Hernandez España. Claudia Elena Medina. Pedro Pablo Misley Cornieles. Zaudi Yadira Pinzon Rubiano. Catherine Poirier Nittel. Hélène Potier. Chelsea Giovino Rogers. Sanaz Sadugi. Victor Saloom. Oh, Jacob Jonker Memorial Prize, Resolute Forest Products Prize, Dean's Honor List. Nancy Solta, Dean's Honor List. Guillermo Varela Vallespi. For the Diploma in Management and International Business, André Cesar Fernandez. Sharmila Jeevan. Marilyn Mayorga. Camila Michelle Moya Rosario. Wen Yuan Shun. Juan David Sierra Ortiz. For the Diploma in Management and Internet Business, Geneviève Perron. For the Diploma in Public Relations and Communications Management, Alexandra Kelly Atias, Dean's Honor List. Isabella Carlota Brisson Urdaneta. Adi Stefan Kalin. Véronique Kodjo. François Robert Descoteaux. Christina Nicolo Coutu. Petra Edina Ozetsky. Christy Lee Pilo, Dean's Honor List. Rishika Vaibhav Mehta. John Joseph Van Heest. For the Diploma in Supply Chain and Operations Management, Noura Abbasi. Jorge Luis Antugia dos Santos, Dean's Honor List. Nora Lin Ki Chow, Dean's Honor List. Antonietta De Luca. Louis Martin Deslandes, Dean's Honor List. Shanshu Hong. Darlene Imamahoro. Majidreza Javdani Saidi. Odette Alejandra Lozano Gonzalez. Nermin Nabil Saad Ibrahim. Antin Nekrasov. Ala Sharif. Marco Umberto Vilar Sanabria. Rashid Yagi, Dean's Honor List. For the certificate in accounting, Phaedra Avitoglu Macris. Parvandeep Kaur Bola. Brian Alex Delgado Gonzalez. Su Hong Dong. Gaganpreet Kaur Loti. Karen Lupel. Mike Tony McKnight. Antonio Palermo. Kimberly Ann Renault. Pradeep Kumar Sarkar. For the certificate in applied marketing, Lloyd McLaughlin Fau Temple. Svetlana Vengarova, Dean's Honor List. For the certificate in entrepreneurship, Stephanie Fortier Grandin. Cesar Ernesto Guardado. Agap Sarkis. For the certificate in health and social services management, Renato Elizarde. Adia Kankindi. Rohini Patel. Alexandra Vasilakopoulos. For the certificate in human resources management, Ilham Aidim. Lindsay Baril. Julie Beauparlant. Stella Bellavici. Christina Carlucci. Eletra Cereza, Dean's Honor List. Milagro Correas Castillo. Tara Cosgrove Pompetti. Oluwayinka Ifiaka Dada. Claudine Eta Abangma. Sheldon Eric Freed. Shalesha Shivan Gale. Michelle Gentleman. Or Michael, pardon me. Michael Gentleman. Vijaya Luxmi Gujradar. Mulango Ivan Ogbona. Gottfried Krobat. Jessica Muriel Patricia Leclerc. Pierre-Olivier Lemay Lejoie. Melissa Macri. Amy Megren. Blanca Mejia Maldonado. Nora Mehta. Marisa Wenimana. Monica Novica. Evelyn Parmentier. Mena Lina Pietroniro. Jasmine Primi. Tina Samadi. Cecilia Schember. Ogeshwari Tagurdas Jabun. That's enough. Alice Caterina Giselle Temoche Lopez. Ana Maria Villalobos Martinez. Ula Zatuni. For the certificate in Indigenous Business Management, Violet Bearskin. Evie Mark, Dean's Honor List. Clara Flora Pachano. Gautami Tayaparan, Dean's Honor List. For the Certificate in Management, Ksenia Burabina. Charles-Edouard Jabouin. Godfrey Mlilo. Severina Nuccio. José Parent. Mathieu Prou-Poirier. Valérie Secla. For the Certificate in Public Relations and Communications Management, Crystal Charret-Chapados. Jessica Frederic. Alexandra Gonzalez Garcia. Anita Helen Marie Jekyll, Dean's Honor List. Natalie Sipengpet, Dean's Honor List. For the Certificate in Software Development, Yannick Marie Decos. Nashiba Banu Dukmunkan. Julien Gérard Thomas Dubo. Matthew Joseph Fontaine. Alessandro Greco. Irina Khan. Fabiola Valio. For the Certificate in Supply Chain Management and Logistics, Louis Anthony Ierocci. Liz Catherine Reina. Karim Rifi. Stephen Segretti. For the Certificate in Translation in English to French, Danielle Madeleine Montpeng. Marie Desirella Nathalie Ongton. Mirta Consuelo Rodriguez. Hélène Rolston, McGill Associates Prize in Translation, Dean's Honor List. Federico Santos. For the Certificate in Translation in French, English, or to Spanish, John Jairo Duenas Gil. Mariana Gattaca. Diego Humberto Rodriguez. For the certificate in translation in French to English, Lin Chun. Melanie Ann Josick. Kathy O'Farrell. Cheryl Lynn Smeal. McGill Associates Prize in Translation, Dean's Honor List. Catherine Varvaro. For the certificate in translation in Spanish to English, Pablo Enrique Ruiz Erazo. For the certificate in proficiency, English for professional communication, Hanan Abdulmumene. Mona Akaberi. Farima Alizadeh. Alexandra Maria Amaya Hernandez. Leila Aslanijad. Rogaye Azimzadeh. Naji Mohammed Azizi. Laila Batal. Jahida Belkisin. Najid Buddha, Dean's Honor List. Evelyn Burasa. Rocio Cabezas Torres. Anderson Grigio Carneiro. Fabricio Castillo Diaz. Dinky Maria Castro Barros. Hai-Ying Chun. Geneviève David, Dean's Honor List. Marcos de Campos Ocelli. Mariam Bari. Hannah Deradzi. Luminita Dragomir, Dean's Honors List. Sarah Mahmoud Mohammed Al-Qadi. Abdelmonem Farat. Isabelle Favreau, Dean's Honor List. Elena Gavrilita, Dean's Honor List. Germine Gabriel Gabriel. Mahani Geraisa. Musa Guebra. Rosana del Carmen Guzman Duran. Raihane Hagu. Louise Victor Anne. Zara Harb. Diana Jimenez. Peterson Lang. Shala Johari Mia. Najwa Kasem. Wesam Ali Ahmed Kafaga. Natalia Lubitsch. Anissa Magsudi. Jean Gardy Malvoisin. Jose Ueler Ortiz Garcia. Susana Andrea Vanessa Ortiz Quintero. Uget Ukumi. Horacio Pachon. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Congratulations. Maisa Kaseme. John Fernie Rendon. Priscilla Rocha Monteserrat. Jimmy Saavedra Bernal. Mashid Samadani. Joanne Sever, Dean's Honor List. Natalia Sinkevich, Dean's Honor List. Sally Tawadrus Girgis Tawadrus. Aliona Telemann, Dean's Honor List. Eric Lenin Torres Perez. Jairo Ivan Vargas, Dean's Honor List. Alireza Zavare. For the Certificate in Proficiency in English Language and Culture, Nuracham Abaka Abderrahman Bashir. Andrea Acero Amador. Shayak Alawalawi. Laura Ines Arroyave Solano. Khulud Ahmed Awad Bawazir. Also receiving a certificate of proficiency in French language and culture, Jairo Orlandos Butrago Cortes. Laura Carfatan. Kelani Chen. Badr Edin Chouada. Marlene Corrales Flores. Laila Farhad. Rabah Fela, Dean's Honor List. Vanessa Carolina Garcia Lorenzo. Sayed Masood Hashemi Ahmadi. Sarah Ali Abdulrahman. Marcia Josefina Hernandez. Lida Kavakebi Asar. Unsil Kim. Melanie Jessie King, Dean's Honor List. Philippine Corinne Le Breton, Dean's Honor List. Jonghyun Lee. Dowry Josefina Lopez Flores. Oriana Carolina Marrero Marcano. No? Nicholas Mosquera. Muriel Munirak. Zhi Nie. Asami Nishisaki. Florence Florence Pengam, Dean's Honor List. Laura Maria Perez Gallego. Caroline Peromino. Aber Sati. Mykolod Todorov. Yushuan Tsang. Grace Uera. Colleen Zegrand. For the certificate in proficiency, French for professional communication, Oscar Armando Bobadilla Salmeron. Amal Ibrahim. Maria Teresa Serra Valle. For the certificate of proficiency in French language and culture, Georgina Akar. Faisal Al-Kabariti. Rose Christine Awari. Meg Christine Bartlett. Alexandra Gabriela Canistraro. Kim Brewster. Naveen Rachel Dubash. Talia Flores Cabrera. Sue E. Lee, Dean's Honor List. Ana Mercedes Martinez. Bahar Puraskari Komami. Maria Trinidad Sotelo Lorenzo.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Stanley. And I now invite the Principal and Vice Chancellor, Professor Suzanne Fortier, to proceed with the confirmation of degrees.
Would the graduating class please stand? In my capacity as Vice Chancellor of McGill University, I declare and confirm that each of you is now entitled to the distinction of the degree, diploma, or certificate that has been conferred upon you with all the honors, rights, privileges, and responsibilities that are pertinent thereto. À titre de vice-chancelière de l'Université McGill, je déclare et confirme que chacun de vous a maintenant le droit à la distinction de grade, diplôme ou certificat qui vous a été conféré avec tous les honneurs, droits, privilèges et responsabilités qui y sont pertinents. Félicitations, congratulations!
Congratulations again. And now the Secretary General, Ms. Edita Rogovska, will deliver the closing remarks.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Dear graduates and fellow alumni, in recognition of Canada's 150th and Montreal's 375th anniversaries, I'd like to close today's ceremony by quoting the late Stanley B. Frost, a McGill professor and prominent historian of Canadian universities, who in his book about the history of McGill says the following: "Traditions are hard to come by, but once established, they are remarkably enduring. The university has been fortunate that the tradition was early established, that McGill is not merely an institution, but a community in which bonds of affection are strongly woven, so that a sense of belonging to McGill need not end with graduation, but can be a lifelong experience. J'espère que le lien d'amitié que vous avez tissé à McGill seront avec vous longtemps et feront partie de tout ce que vous allez faire, tant au niveau personnel que professionnel, que ce soit ici à Montréal, au Canada ou ailleurs. En vous souhaitant le meilleur des succès, je vous dis bonne chance et bonne continuation. Félicitations.
Thank you. Thank you, Secretary General. And now to conclude the ceremony, please stand as Dr. Tracy Smith Bassett leads us in the singing of our national anthem.